Hey tubes, how's it going? Well, I've got the bottom panel basically permanently in there with the console and with the shifter, and so I'm basically going to start building up from there. Found some particle board that actually, this is one alternative here. I mean, it was an old shelf board, it's just plastic on the outside there. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling it on that. I do want to secure this back here. Get that screwed down. Maybe get a few screws in there and then something. But what I'm thinking is I might want my console sides just a little thicker, so if I take a filler strip and build that shape in a filler strip and then put I've got some more of this oak veneer plywood, just to give you an idea what it came out of the store. And I have another big chunk of this stuff here, and then I've got this black vinyl that I've been thinking of doing something, using some of this. It's an old car bra. Remember bras? Remember car bras? Bug guards, whatever. This was run from an '82 Maxima. I think I can clean that up and put that to good use. And basically just get something that it's a little more aesthetic through here. I've got my template for the side. This is what I came up with on the side. Got this template right here. Just lay that out here. So that's working there. I found this nice piece of 1/4-inch board that I could sand down and stain and varnish. I might be able to get that a little darker with some stain to better match, so that the sides, the outsides, this really dark board, shelf board stuff just doesn't. There's a couple problems with it. It's not flexible. I had to cut it there to just at the bend, and I don't know. The color, I just don't care for it. But I bet I could get that plywood to better match that dashboard along the outside, and then the inside I'm not so worried about. Like I said, I could go with that black vinyl and stuff. But yeah, I want to put some sort of slotted piece right in here, and maybe a cubby right here that this can come up into. Comes up a little further than that, but that still gives me a nice little pocket there. I could put a cover on. You know, with this high sides, it'd make a nice place for sunglasses, things like that. I got my cell phone charger, I got my cigarette lighter, got my switches, my heater controls, all that stuff has to go up in there. And radio and all that stuff still has to go right up in that area, and there's not a lot of real estate to work with, to be frank. So, needless to say, we just keep plugging away, noodling on this. I'm not in a rush. We still got snow on the ground outside, and it's no fun. So, talk to you soon. Well, tubes, I think we're getting closer. Got my sides pretty much made up. I was contemplating doing something different, using a frame and paneling and something else, but I think just some basic chipboard. It's going to work just fine. It's got a good heft to it, and it's going to be good. And I lowered the sides down a little bit from my initial thought, and I think I'll have room for maybe a compartment in here, and this comes up to there. So there's still lots of room right there for a little covered box. And when I sit in it, of course, climbing in and out of this thing is always a treat for a big guy like me, but there we go. And I think it's going to be just dandy. I can have, I think what I'm going to do is maybe recess this panel, the radio panel and that, and then have a little shelf below that, or a compartment, and then with a ditty box under there, and maybe put a little bar across here, box this in, so that stuff put up in here doesn't come out. Yeah, and then here, I think a simple slotted board, once I get the dimensions finalized here, I'll be able to put in the cross pieces, screw the cross pieces down and back here. That'll secure all that. I still have to fasten that down a little better. But then I think just a slotted board on the bottom, and then put that in, and then have a slotted board that meets up to it. Cut that across there. Across there I'll just have the board. And that dimension doesn't change, and I wouldn't have to make it very wide if I put something below, something above, and fit them together. But yeah. So that should work. Getting there, but like Rat Rod Bob says, just ain't got it yet. Getting it, but just ain't got it yet. Well, I don't know how many more trips down to the shop we're gonna do. Took this kitty to the vet. She's been losing weight, not eating, and she's got cancer. And we're just going to try and make her comfortable. And Elfie's going to miss his mama. She wasn't her real mama, but we got her when this one was just 4 weeks old. And she was a mama to them. Here are the kitties. Oh, and there's Anya. Here she comes. Well, we got Pebbles on some meds. She's doing a lot better. She came down to be with Daddy in the shop again. But she's starting to slow down a little bit, aren't you? Yes, you are. But yeah, we're going to keep working on our console and see what we can do with that. Hey Tubes, well, it's been a while since I've posted any updates, but slowly but surely we're getting it. I got the rear from the shifter back is secured down into the car now. I just have to finish trimming that out, build my little compartment there where I'm going to put my cigarette lighter and USB charger port. it'll be down in here. Here's my power lead for them. And I'll have some, I'm not quite sure what I got there. Got my boot for the parking brake. And getting the, got the block off for the front of the compartment in there. And got the top part to secure the console to, and still deciding what to do about my heater control knobs. I think those might just be right over there, onto the back of the, put those back on the back of the dashboard right there and let them hang, because the cables are pretty much length specific and I just don't know about that. But I got a few switches to put in there, and yeah, got the pieces that I need. Here's the cigarette lighter that I'm going to put in, and the USB. Got that there. So those two I think I'm going to put on the back of the console, and the radio and the amp and that. So slowly but surely, we're getting it. Just ain't got it yet. I got to do some blocking off and closing off and things. I got some wood grain metal here that I might utilize to some degree. But yeah, it is coming, and pretty happy. It's the trimming up is going to be fun. I think I'm going to be lining the inside of the console with some black vinyl. Put that in there and come over the top. Have a little sewn bead. Just come down, cross, and up and again. Similar to what you see right here. And yeah, see, that's kind of got a stitch in there. I'll just put another stitch piece and just glue it in. I think that's going to work just fine. I still need to put something across here to hold things back in here, and of course the panel for the radio and radio cassette tape player and stuff goes down there. And then I'll have these two switches I'm going to be replacing with something better, different, and might even relocate those totally. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.